So we are now in a place called Kandy, which is fairly central, sort of just below the middle of Sri Lanka. We took from the elephant place in the last video I've done to here. We've settled down, we've found the hostel, we've got a couple of beers in. We are playing some cards. And this evening, what we're going to be doing is protecting ourselves from the wind for first of all. Well, we are going to be doing a cooking class. This hostel, it's called Kandy Backpackers, and every night they offer a cooking class and you can eat the local free Sri Lankan food. So cooking class and you get to eat the food and it's part of the cost. Amazing. So yeah, and our view is great. Dora the Explorer is back at it again.
Run away.
Trying to find out all of Sri Lanka's squirrel population.
I think they're chipmunks.
It's a different way of cooking, it's not curry. It's a different way of cooking. It's, you should not overdo. If you want to read the health benefits, you can read them slowly. Okay. Maybe your own drink. I'm adding some garlic. Yeah. Close. Until the last one. This one. I warn you, don't try to eat these pieces, only gravy.
Oh, it's lovely.
You must like get up with the acid flute. It's horrible.
It's good, isn't it?
Wrapped around like honey and
Because I'm the
food, maybe like one of the things
So how this
pancakes one morning and the curry another morning, but everything together was like the whole table was just
not a basic.
Maybe typical mom actually, you know, like they want to
Okay.
Salt, we like salt.
That's
not for you.
That's
not for you. It's a spicy.
nothing is for
Please do that. I'm going to start the next thing. I'm going to make you a hungry.
It's 9 AM, we're up. We had a delicious meal last night, cooked by us, and now I'm gonna go and jump in the pool. Let's go. Our rough plan for the day is we're currently in a place called Kandy. It's quite mountainous around here. There's a few temples and Buddhas to see. To get to the next town, which we'd like to get to today, called Ella, is about a 4-5 hour tuk-tuk drive. So the plan is to spend a bit of the morning around here looking at a few of the attractions, get into a viewpoint, and then we're going to get back in the tuk-tuk and we're going to drive down towards Ella. If we can get there today, then we will. If we have to stop off, we have to stop off. But that's the plan. And Ella is the place with the famous train that you see people holding on to. So yeah, that's our plan for today. But we're having a casual get up. I'm gonna swim around a few laps of the pool and then grab some breakfast and go in search of some things to do in Kandy. That's the plan. We have made a short 15-16 minute tuk-tuk drive up to the Big Buddha. You've got some nice views over Kandy. There's a river down here, and we've put on some slightly more respectable clothing in the form of tracksuit bottoms, covering up, and we're then going to go and have an explore of the Buddha that's just behind me. So this is the view over Kandy. The main city is sort of down there. You got the river, the mountains. It's beautiful. Lake, not river, lake. And then there's our Big Buddha. So we've had to take our shoes off. We've donated too much money to a shoe collector, but we're here. Lots of different statues and then donations. We're now climbing up the back of the Buddha all the way to the top. And We are at the top of the Buddha head. And the views here are phenomenal. So that's the Buddha head. And there's the view. And there's also the mountains and things behind. So Daisy and I have, over the last couple of years, travelled to Asia quite a lot. So we've seen many Buddhas. We've never been on top of one though. I don't think. Have you ever been on top of a Buddha?
I've never climbed to his head.
No, never climbed to his head. So this is a bit different. Most of the Buddhas, you get to look around the temples at the bottom and get pictures with the Buddha, but this one has stairs that go up to the top. Look at the colour of that bird.
Always calm. This is, you can see deep meditation. And you can
Some of those carvings were spectacular, and they all lined around the room in there, and then they had lots of bright paintings on the ceiling. It's amazing. It's all beautifully decorated with flowers and lilies. So we have visited the Big Buddha. I would definitely recommend coming. Only costs 300 rupees to get in, and you can have a little wander around. We had a nice chap sort of talk to us about the Buddha and the famous tree and what Buddha stands for and believes in and stuff. So yeah, anyway, we're going to now get back in the tuk-tuk and we're going to make our journey to a waterfall. I believe that is the next stop. So let's go. We have just stopped on the side of a road at a small little cafe. I'm going to get some fried rice. Got a couple of bottles of water. Daisy's struggling a little bit, bless her. In the back of the tuk-tuk, everything is open, so whenever you go through a town, any big buses and stuff that drive past, you get kind of like wafts of smoke and dust in your face, so she's struggling a little bit, but we've got about an hour to go until we hit the waterfall, so hopefully splashing some water will make us both feel better. Let's go with the fried rice. So we are in the new location now. We have checked into our hostel. Daisy's not feeling great, unfortunately, so she's chilling out in bed for a bit to feel a bit better, get back to her usual self. And I'm taking a bit of a wander into town to try and find some food. We're in the mountains here, so it's a little bit chillier, hence the longer sleeves, and I'm wearing trousers. And also in the valley, you can see all of the clouds coming in, so it's beautiful around here. And you can see clouds have come in over there. Generally, it's much more, much colder. And you can also see on the top of that hill another Buddha. They're everywhere. So we've actually come to a place called Nuwara Eliya. It's a little bit different from Ella. It's just north of Eliya. It's another place that's by a lake. You can see the lake over there. But yeah, so we've come here instead. Now, to get to this place, we had to drive through all of the mountains, and we also had to drive through the tea plantations. So it was an interesting drive, to say the least. Lots of me going down into gear 2 because we were going up hills like this. But yeah, fun drive nonetheless. But we're here. I'm just gonna scope somewhere out to eat. There's a few fun things going on. Over there, it seems to be like some sort of fun fair, which is where all the loud music's coming from. Although it doesn't actually look like it's open or anything that's going on there. There are horses because there's a horse racing track here. And over the other side on the way through, there was a golf course. I found a little local place for some food. Asked for some chicken curry, so see what we get. This is the first bit. Some fried items going on here. Just turn the light on. Some sauce. This is the first thing. Got spices, vegetables. Very good. This is the second thing. Same sort of thing. I'm pretty sure I had one of these before.
If you want water bottle or normal water.
Water bottle would be great.
Bottle.
Thank you. And this is the curry. Now, here in Sri Lanka, they eat with their hands. So I'm going to give it a go. So, get a bit of rice, a little bit of the other stuff together. Good. A bit of chicken. Pop it on. Food is amazing. Food was delicious. Now, last night, as you would have seen earlier in the video, we did a cooking course. And as part of that cooking course, the man spoke through how you are meant to eat a traditional Sri Lankan curry. And what he said was that you have mostly rice, so it's 6% rice, and then you have like 10% of your condiments, so your chicken, your coconut, your beans, whatever it is that you're gonna have around as your curry. For the first like few bites, you mix lots of different condiments with your rice to get the perfect flavor for you, and that's how you're supposed to do it. And obviously you eat with your hands. So yeah, so I've just tried that. It's quite difficult because everything ends up getting mixed up on your plate, but another delicious Sri Lankan meal. I'm now back in the room, but Daisy's trying to sleep, so I will catch up with everyone in the morning and we will make a new start, fresh start down to Ella. There's a few things in Ella that we want to do, but for now, I'll catch you tomorrow. Oh, it's the next morning. We have woken up. We've come down for some breakfast. It's very echoey in here, so I won't speak too loudly. And the chap has put on a range of tropical fruits. We've got some breads, and it looks like he's making us an omelette. Coffee is on the boil. Now, today we're planning on going to Ella, and if we can, we're going to get on the loop train, because that is something you've got to do when you're in Sri Lanka. The only reason I say might is because everywhere that we've looked, there are train strikes. So it might be that the trains aren't running, but we're going to head down there and have a look and hopefully catch a train. So we're staying at a place called House of Leisure. It's an interesting name. The views are stunning, as I showed you yesterday evening, but it feels quite outdated. So this is the bedroom that we've been in. It's been quite cold, as I said last night, because of where we are. It is big, but all the furnishings are the kind of things you'd expect to see in your grandma's house. We also have some stairs that lead to a second bedroom, which has 2 single beds and funky little balcony that's here. So yeah, it's been quite a comfortable stay. A little bit chilly. Daisy was cold throughout the night, but they do provide blankets and things. We have a nice, very, very nice shower. In fairness, I do like the shower. But the views are probably the spectacle of this hotel. Because just out the window, you get to see all of the mountains over there. The Buddha that I pointed at yesterday is just around the corner. So the views are spectacular. And there's our tuk-tuk. We've stopped partway down this mountain road because the views here are phenomenal. We're kind of doing like snaking loops, but you can see all of the paddy fields, you can see where all the farmers are living, and it's just stunning. This is the view we've had on the way down. It's incredible. We've finally done a switch over of drivers. Daisy is taking the reins. We found ourselves in some more tea fields. They seem to be everywhere out here. And the driving has been like this. Poor tuk-tuk, we almost needed to get out and push it at one point, but there we go. We've got about an hour or so to go until we get to Ella, and we're on some really fun roads now, so yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
We have now made it to Ella. We've driven through Ella, in fact, and we've got to the other side of Ella. Here, there is a unique cave system that we're going to go and look at. So we've packed the tuk-tuk up, or at least half of it anyway. The other side still needs doing. These are a combination of rain covers, monkey defenders, and this is the best we've got against people stealing our stuff. So we've made a start on the steps, and we've just walked past 2 people that have said it's about 30 floors. So wish us luck. made it to the top of the stairs. I'm not entirely convinced it was 30 floors. There were quite a few steps.
There's a lot of steps.
There's a lot of steps, but we are here. I think there's just a few ladders to go until you get to the top. And yeah, these are the steps down below. It is quite steep, but if you take it nice and steady, it's not too bad. Up and onwards. So these are the last sets of steps. And here's the cave. You can already hear bats. I can't see any yet, but I can hear them. I'm not sure how far we're meant to go in. I don't think we should go any further than this. It's quite dark at the back and you can hear like clicking, which I'm assuming is the bats. But I think they're right at the very back. I've seen a couple of things flying in and out. But it's quite cool up here. And to all the haters out there, yes, you can do it in Crocs. To be honest, in the summer trips where we go traveling like this, we basically live in sandals and Crocs. You're constantly getting your feet wet, you're jumping in and out of dusty roads and doing things like this. So having sweaty feet in shoes that get muddy and dirty, it's not the one. So having sandals is great. Although I probably would recommend wearing some proper shoes if you're going for an actual hike, but this wasn't too bad. Right, time to head back down. So if you're interested in coming here yourself, this place is called Ravana Ella Prehistoric Cave. The roads to get down here, well, it's less of a road, we'll just say it's a bit more of a dirt track. But the tuk-tuk manages it. You do have to spend most of it in gear 1 to get up there, but yeah, there we go. Our next pit stop is going to be our hostel, which is just outside of Ella. I think we've got about a 20-minute drive to get there, so we'll see what that's like. We've found the hostel. Interesting place. This is the main room. It's very bright and colourful. Drawings all over the wall. So we have been given the keys to our new room. The view is phenomenal. All out over the trees and the forest. But this is our room. At least in the morning when we wake up and we'll get to see the sunrise, hopefully. That would be nice. So yeah, sleeping in a tent. We're showered, so the next step is to find somewhere for some drinks and for some food. I think we're going to try and go into town, or there's a beach-style club place around here somewhere. Hopefully the guys of the hostel can sort us out. So our first stop is going to be into the main town of Ella, because we need to get some cash from an ATM. Then we're going to come back to the hostel, I believe, and then we're down to the next place, which is the beach club. There's various packages that you can get there, so we're going to get a package, get some food, some drinks, chill in the sun until sundown, and then get them to bring us back. And yes, we've decided to take a trip on the back of the van instead. So it is the morning. We have been awake for about the last 30 minutes trying to watch the sunrise. I did try to catch a time lapse, but unfortunately, because we're in the mountains, the sun already came up the other side, so the sky was already bright. So the sunrise time lapse it didn't really work out very well. But anyway, the view over the valley this morning from the tent is beautiful. we've seen birds and all sorts of things kind of coming in. There's been a few little birds feeding off the nectar from the flowers in front of us, but you've got to look at the view that we've got. Look at that. So the sun has come up over there, and we've had little birds fleeting in down here, coming on these flowers. It's been beautiful. You can see them in the trees there. And they've been feeding off some of the flowers down here. The sun is now fully out. We have been bought a delightful cup of black coffee, and the gentleman that runs this place is making us some traditional breakfast. The plan for today, unfortunately, the trains are still on strike, which means that as far as we're aware, we won't be able to use them. So what we're going to do is we're going to visit a tea plantation. We're going to go and have a look at how they pick the tea, how they process the tea, things like that. Hopefully come away with some. We're then going to try and stop off at another waterfall and potentially try and get in this one. And then we're going to head straight down south. So it's going to be probably quite a long day of tuk-tuking, but we've got lots of like cool things dotted in along the way. Our next stop after all of today's activities is going to be the coast. So we're going to have some really nice beaches to visit and lots of beachside activities. But for now, we're going to enjoy our coffee and then grab some breakfast.
Oh, look at that. You want more, you can ask. Okay, perfect.
Wonderful, thank you. So, as if I haven't already said it enough, the food here is phenomenal. What are you thinking?
It's really good. The coconut's really good.
Yeah, so they use like coconut, like the inside. What is it called? Desiccated coconut, like the shredded flesh, and they mix it up with spices and things like that, and they add it as like a condiment on the side that you eat with your rice and your lentils and things like that, and it's delicious. So we've just had that. We had some rice, we had some lentils. It's like a lentil dal, right? The coconut shredded, and then he made us a little omelette. We've got another black coffee come in. Oh, food is fantastic. So we're gonna finish off our breakfast, enjoy our coffee, pack the tuk-tuk, and then head to the tea plantation. So the hostel that we're staying at currently is called Tomorrowland. Like I say, it's a little bit outside of Ella. So for some people, if you're looking to be in the hustle and bustle of Ella itself, this might not be the place for you. But the owners here do offer to take you in and out of town, which is great. Unfortunately, there isn't alcohol being served at this place. They don't have the license, which was a bit of a shame yesterday afternoon. But like I say, Daisy and I went straight down to the beach bar place. It's not a beach bar, is it? Pool bar place. Had a few drinks there, had some food, enjoyed watching the sun as it went down, and then we came back and got into the tent. So highly recommend it. The owners here have been really they've helped out loads. They've made us a delightful breakfast wherever they can. They've offered us teas and coffees and water and stuff like this. So yeah, highly rate it. And if you're going to come here, you've got to get yourself a tent. But anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up now, and the next part of the vlog will be out soon. See you in the next one. Bye.